Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Flaws, back again with another video. And today we're going to do the real review of the Samsung Galaxy Note Pro 12.2. Now, shout out to everybody who's seen the unboxing video. We already covered a lot of the basic stuff, so I'm going to try to make this one a little bit shorter and just cover the important stuff that you really want to know about this tablet. So without beating around the bush, let's get right into it. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I always like to talk about the stuff I don't like first, and then we'll get into all the stuff that I do like. So let's get into the stuff I don't like first. Number one, the price. Now, I got the 32 gig version. The price for this one is $750 plus tax. So you're looking at almost $800. Now, I really think Samsung should have made a 16 gig version because keep in mind, the Note Pro series has the removable micro SD card. So you already got expandable memory. So they should have came out with a 16 gig version and dropped the price for that one to maybe $650. This way they can compete with the iPads and the Nexus and, you know, some of the other tablets on the market. This one, the price is a little bit steep. So if you want the 64 gig version, you're going to be looking at almost $900. So that's one thing I don't like right there is the price. But if you got money to spend, then you don't really care about the price. Or if you just really want the top dog out, then that's what it is. You just got to pay that extra $100. Next. Speakers on the side. That's another thing I don't like. Now, don't get me wrong, the speakers on this is pretty good, but I really wish they would have kept them on the front like they did on the last Galaxy Note series on the 10.1. You know, that was a lot better. Now, I find myself holding a tablet in my hands like this a lot of the times, and I find myself covering up the speakers. You know, muffling them out a little bit. The speakers sound good. They could be a little bit better. Don't get me wrong now. I'm not saying the speakers is whack, but the speakers could use a little bit more bass. But when you're playing music and all that stuff, it sounds good. I'll play some videos in a minute. Don't get me wrong, the speakers sound good, but I just don't like the placement. Now, it's dual speakers. That's a go, but I wish there would have been dual speakers in the front. Next. Now, this tablet is called the Note Pro because they're really marketing towards using business features and all of that. But one thing I will say is some of the business features don't work that great. I'll show you some of what I'm talking about right now. Take a look at the spreadsheets. Now, I'm not going to show you the information I have on the spreadsheet, so I got some sensitive stuff on here, but the spreadsheet interface could have been a lot better, as opposed to some of the Windows tablets that's out right now, like the Surface Pro and all of that. Those are real pro tablets. This one, the spreadsheets do work, everything works, but the interface is not that great. Whatever, it gets the job done, but whatever. If you're going to call a tablet the Note Pro, like, you know, marketing towards using business features and all that, I think they could have did better with the business stuff on it, but it is what it is. So that's the three things about this tablet that I'm not really feeling too much. The price, the speakers, and some of the bloatware on it is just spammy. You know what I'm saying? Not really up to par for that price, $750. Now, with that being said, let's get into everything that I do like about this tablet. First off, the build. The build quality on this is killing all other tablets out right now. It's super light. If you look at the back, it has that leather look that you have on your Galaxy Note 3. That nice leatherish pleather kind of back with the stitching and all that. That just looks nice. The metal around the sides makes it look more premium, has that quality build feel to it. And keep in mind, you're spending $750 for it. You don't expect a big, plastic tablet like the last one. It's still plastic, but it just looks a lot better. You know, the way they made the S Pen, everything just looks a little bit updated compared to the last version. So the build quality is definitely a go. And it's definitely lighter than a lot of the tablets that's out right now. And keep in mind, 12.2 inches, this is a big giant tablet. So you don't want a big giant tablet that's going to be big and heavy. So this is big and light and has a nice, build quality to it. And if you got a Galaxy Note 3, it matches the Note 3 perfectly. All right, so that's a good look right there. I'm definitely feeling the build. Next, the display. Now, 12.2 inches diagonally, this is probably one of the biggest tablets out right now. Now, keep in mind, you got those detachable windows, PC tablet / laptops and all that. We're talking about just straight up tablet-wise. This is a big, giant tablet. The display, now, y'all know I don't really like to get into specs and all of that, but I will throw them out there real quick. The display is 2560 by 1600, which is 247 PPI. As y'all know, I'm reading that right off the box, like everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? Now, what does that mean in English? All that means that the display is beautiful. And if you want to do a little comparison, the display is actually better than the iPad because the iPad is 2480 by 1536. So this has an actual better display than the iPad. Now, I don't get into all the tech mumbo jumbo specs and all that. Basically, what that means is the display on this is beautiful. When you're looking at pictures, when you're watching videos, when you're playing around on Facebook and Twitter, you're not gonna have a problem. Everything looks crispy, all the pictures, you can see all the definition when you're on Instagram. Now, Instagram on this is kind of crazy because it's, it's real big, and most people take pictures to put on Instagram with, little camera phones and all that. So the picture quality drops a little bit on the big giant screen, but when you're watching our videos and all that stuff, the display makes it a beautiful experience. All right, so this is a good look right there. I'm feeling the display. The processor, now you got an octa-core processor, which is 2 quad-core processors. We talked about that in the unboxing video. All that mumbo jumbo, all that means basically is that the tablet is super fast, and when you're doing multitasking, you're not gonna have that lag between windows. And I'll show you that in a minute. Now this, keep in mind, this also has 3 gigs of RAM. So just like your Galaxy Note, fast processor, extra smooth, no hiccups. All right, let's talk about the battery now. Battery on this, 9,500 milliamps. Now, y'all know I'm really into battery chargers and portable batteries and all that because I'm basically on the road 24/7. So you need a tablet that has a great battery. This is it right here. Now, I've been using this for about a month. I used this so hard in the last 3 days. I got about 2.5 days of heavy beast mode usage on this before I had to charge the battery. So the battery is a go on this. Now, one thing I will say, if you're not using the new USB 3.0 charger that comes with it, or the one from your Note, and you're just using a regular micro USB charger, it's gonna take a while to charge. All right, it takes a little bit longer than your average device to charge up if you're not using the provided cable, which a lot of times you find yourself outside, you're just gonna use whatever charger you got. This one will take a little bit longer to charge. That's the only thing downside about the battery. It takes a while to charge, but once it's fully charged up, you're looking at 2 good days of full use. All right, so now if you work an 8-hour shift or whatever and you take this to work with you, you can watch videos all day long. You could be on your Pandora in the background. You could be on your emails and all that without no problems at all. Next, let's talk about the camera now. The camera on this, pretty much the same camera that you got on your Galaxy Note. Let's pull up the camera real quick and see what it looks like. You got all the features, just like on your Note. I'm not going to get into all of these one by one. If you want to see how to use these, check out my Galaxy Note 3 real review. I kind of went into detail with all of these different modes. But the camera on this is pretty good. You got 8 megapixel on the back. You got a 2 megapixel in the front. That's basically all you need. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're outside and using this tablet, the camera is perfect for if you're sitting down at the airport or you're sitting down at the DMV and you're playing some games, checking your email or something, and something pops off and you have this in your hand and you just want to take a quick picture or a quick video, this will do the job. But 8 megapixels and 2 megapixels on the front, that's not the top of the line. Windows phones have better cameras and all that, whatever. If you're under 50 years old, you're not really going to be at a graduation or something using this to record and take pictures and all that. That's really for the old school cats that do that. So, the camera's good enough for your FaceTime, not FaceTime, for your Uvo and your Skype and all of that. The 2.0 megapixel camera in the front, perfect for that. You're not going to have a problem using Skype. And the camera in the back, perfect for taking little pictures in the house. And, if you're in the bed and your cat, like me, your cat started doing something crazy and you got the tablet in your hand and you want to snap a quick picture, camera works fine for that. So I'm digging the camera on this. 8 megapixel, that's good enough for me. Next, let's talk about the IR blaster on the top. Now, the IR blaster on this is what separates this from a lot of the other tablets out now. And if you never used it, I advise you to start using it because the IR blaster is a win. Especially for apps like Samsung Watch On, Appeal Smart Remote. When you open these apps up and you point your tablet toward the TV, you're able to use your tablet as a remote control. So now if I want to see what's on TV right now, let's just hit up the see what's on the channels right now. I can see what's on the comedies. Get the kids in the house, you want to see what's playing for them. You want to see what's on your first runs, documentaries. It just breaks it up into different categories, different settings. You can set it up the way you want, or you can just have a regular TV guide, see what's playing on TV. If I want to watch Rocky, I'll just click on it, and I can just hit watch on TV. And also you have a remote control on the side. So I can turn this in, turn the channels and all that. So the IR blaster works good with that. It works perfect with Samsung Watch On. It's a go. If you got it and you haven't used it yet, whether on your phone or your tablet, trust me, play with it. After a while, you won't even use your regular remote control anymore. Like me, I don't even use my remote controls anymore. I just use my tablets. All right, now I also have Google TV, and the Google TV remote control works perfect on this also. If you don't have Google TV, I advise you to check that out. But I use this as a big giant remote control for my Google TV. All right, so the IR Blaster is a definite plus on this tablet. You can't do that on your iPads. Next, let's talk about some of the features now. You got the new interface with the magazine UX. Now, basically all that is pretty much Flipboard. All right, we're not going to get too deep into that. It's just Flipboard with a new name. So I got, like, you got your news stories right here. I got it set up with style. Got it set up with the sports. You just flip up on it. And my favorite category, science and technology. So you open it up right here and then you can read some of the latest stories that's out. Flip it like a magazine. This works exactly like Flipboard. All right, but you know, it's a little bit smoother in my opinion. But it pretty much looks the same. Now keep in mind, you can customize these the way you want. You don't have to have it like this. You can hold down on it and remove it, change the page, you know, do whatever you want. On the next one, so you can change the layouts, change the widgets and all of that. But let's show you the next one. Now the next page we have on the magazine UX, like I said, just set them up the way you want. I got mine set up with my emails, my calendar. We got YouTube right here, so I can check out the latest YouTube videos of the people I subscribe to. You got Samsung Watch on. I put a separate tile for that, so this way I could just see what's you know, kind of movies that I like. I got it set up and see what's coming on. I also have my Twitter, and also I have a video player. So if I want to click on the video player, let's just watch, you know, see what video I was watching last. Let's hit play on it. This is a video I took real quick, driving in the car. All right, so that's how that works. All right, so that's the magazine UX. That's a new feature on this as opposed to the regular TouchWiz. This kind of gives it that magazine style. So if you're sitting in the airport or whatever and you want to feel like you're reading magazines, then use this. But even if you don't have a Note Pro, just get Flipboard, same thing. All right, fully customizable. All right, now let's talk about my favorite feature of this tablet, the multitasking. Now this is what separates this tablet from anything else in the market right now. If you look at the bottom, you got your 2 touch capacitive buttons and your physical home button. One is for your recently used apps, which makes it easy to go back to whatever you was looking at. And one is a back button. But this also has the 4 windows at once feature. And let me show you how that works. All you do is slide to the side. You get a list of all the apps that you can use this with. Now, keep in mind, when you root the tablet, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to put any app you want. But right now, stock out of the box, you only have access to a certain amount of apps that you could use for the multitasking like this. But it's good apps that you need to use. So let's open up one. First, let's open up the browser. So now, while the browser's open up, if I want to open up my emails, you just drag and drop. All right, so now I got the browser open and I got my emails open together. You click the button on the middle. You can open up your folders. Now, I only got one folder right now, but I'll show you. I'll put a few more folders on it. You can open your folders. Like I said, if you want to get a full detail of how to use all these features, check out my Galaxy Note 3 real review. I'm not going to waste too much time on all this, but pretty much the same. You can move these around, make them bigger or smaller. So I can have just a little list of my emails on the side and a big internet page in the middle. Now, say we want to open up some more stuff. Let's open up a Google Chrome as a third window. And let's see, let's open up some music as the fourth window. So now, this is kind of sick because now I can be using 4 apps at once. Okay, so I can be listening to music, browsing the web, browsing a different web browser, and checking my emails all at once. Now let's open up something on top of this one. Let's see, let's open up another internet browser right here. And then we'll also open up a Dolphin browser right here. Now, you see I got all of the pages I just opened up. Turn to folders. So I can use all of that. You can change these around, flip the orders up. And now you see with the octa-core processor, now you see it's almost no delay between windows. That was one of the problems with the last tablet. It was a little bit of delay. Now you see no delay between the windows. Now you could go home on this, open your recently used apps, go to your internet, and all 4 pop back up. So that's a good look right there. Now let me show you something real quick with the S Pen. While I'm in this, I can pull out my S Pen. Let's use a pen window real quick. And while I'm doing this, I can actually open up another app. So say I need a calculator real quick. I can open up a calculator, use some calculators while I'm still doing all these other stuff. All right, so multitasking on this is officially beast right here. All right, official beast mode multitasking. It don't get no better than that. Like I said, I'm not gonna go into too much detail and all that. I already did that on my Galaxy Note 3 video. If you want to see how that all of the features work a little bit more in detail, check that out. But it pretty much works exactly the same on the tablet, but on a larger scale, which makes it a lot better. Because now you got more real estate on the screen to play around with your S Pen and to have the 4 apps open at once. If you got 4 apps open at once on a small phone, it's going to look crazy because it's going to be 4 small teeny apps. That don't really help you. So on a big tablet like this, the 12.2 inch screen, the multitasking takes full advantage of having that big giant screen. So that's a good look right there. Now as far as the S Pen, you get the same features as your Galaxy Note. You hear that sound when I pull it out? I got it set up like this where my Air Command pops right open. You got the same features, Action Memo, your Scrapbooker, Screen Write, your S Finder, and your pen window, which I just showed you. So we're not going to go into all those features. It's pretty much the same as the Galaxy Note 3, but they work. All right, so basically this tablet is like having a big Galaxy Note 3. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the features still work on it. The screen swipe still works. Take a screenshot. If you get this tablet, let me tell you something. An app that you really need to get. Get Groove IP. You see it right there? Because now when I'm in the house, this tablet does everything. All right, so I hit Groove IP. I can use the tablet as a phone. So while I'm on the phone making a phone call, I could be checking emails, checking the web, playing around on Twitter, and looking at some Instagram pictures all at the same time. So this is a do-it-all tablet right here. All right, so the S Pen on this is a go. That's a feature I'm definitely feeling. That's pretty much one of my favorite features also is the S Pen. Now, let's check out the scrapbook real quick. Let's see, do I have any notes? Matter of fact, let's see, S Note. Now, let me tell you a quick story real quick. Now, my mom's birthday party, we had a little card game, you know what I'm saying? And I had my tablet with me. Look how hot this was, being able to keep the score using my S Pen. So now while we at the card game, everybody's drinking, everybody's playing around, we having a good time. You know, you don't have to go look for a pen and paper because nobody really got that laying around these days. You know, everything is all digital. So now without having a pen and paper, I was able to use this and keep the score. And not only keep the score, at the end, take a screenshot and post it on everybody's Facebook wall who was in the game, especially shout out to my little sister who got bodied. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to take a screenshot of the scores and post it right to Facebook. So the S Pen feature on this has so many different uses, but like I said, I really use it for having fun. I really use it for cropping and pasting, you know, cutting parts of emails out and sending them to other people. You know, the S Pen has too many features to really get into, but the S Pen is a definite go. All right. Last but not least, the floss factor. What's the floss factor on this tablet? If you don't know what the floss factor is, that means when you go somewhere and you pull out your Galaxy Note Pro 12.2 and somebody else is sitting next to you and they're using the iPad, the person on the left of you got the Microsoft, the Surface Pro, this one got the Toshiba joint. Who's sitting on top of the food chain? Well, the floss factor on this tablet right here, I'm giving it a 10. All right. This tablet is huge. It has the perfect look to it, look and design, the perfect build, especially if you got your Galaxy Note 3 and you got your Galaxy Gear watch. You know, you got the trifecta right there. And keep in mind, you can also pair this tablet up to your Galaxy Note, your Galaxy Gear and your Galaxy Note Pro, pair them up together. All right, so if I'm in the house, a lot of times I'll pair up to my watch. So this way, when I'm in the bed, and I got the tablet on the side, you know, if I'm in between and I got to run back out, I might just have this paired up to my watch. I still get my emails and everything while my phone is off or my Galaxy Note is charging up. A lot of times I'll turn it off and charge it so it charge up a little bit faster. So this way I'm still connected. But like I was saying, as far as the floss factor goes, this is the biggest one. This is the baddest one. This tablet does everything. Now, a lot of people are going to say, what's better, this or the iPad? I'm going to go with this tablet for sure, easily. No questions asked. You know, pretty much you could do everything that you could do on your iPad on this, but you can't do everything on your iPad that you could do with this one. So basically, what does that mean? Well, your iPad doesn't have multitasking like that. Your iPad doesn't have an S Pen. Your iPad doesn't have removable storage. This has a bigger battery, better resolution, the dual speakers. I mean, this is just better than the iPad to me. My personal opinion, it does way more stuff than the iPad. It costs more than the iPad, but you get what you pay for. basically. So the floss factor on this is a 10. When you pull this out, you shutting everybody else down. You're sitting on top of the food chain, especially when you pull out your S Pen and you start drawing pictures and you start cropping and pasting stuff. You can't go wrong with that. Like I said, I didn't get into all of the features because they're pretty much the same as the Galaxy Note 3, so you already know most of the features. But my personal opinion on this tablet, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving it a solid 9. If the speakers was on the front, I would have gave this tablet a solid 10. But overall, this is the best tablet I got right now. This is my go-to tablet. This is a tablet I'm pretty much using every day. I got a bunch of accessories. We'll get into some of those in a minute, and we keep it moving. Shout out to everybody that rock with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. It's your boy Floss. I'm going to catch up with y'all on the next trip. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, go eat a fucking dick. It's your boy Floss. I'm out. Deuces.